to be Christians in this world, we have to pursue some sort of racial equality and understanding of who we are and how we walk in each other's shoes. And yet in reality, we focus on race, and it's just who we are as a species. I'm going to start out in Genesis tonight in chapter 1. Then God said, let us make human beings in our image, to hear the Trinitarians speak already, to be like us. They will reign over the fish of the sea, the birds of the sky, the livestock, all the wild animals on the earth, and the small animals that scurry along the ground. So God created human beings in His own image. In the image of God, He created them, male and female, He created them. Then God blessed them and said, be fruitful and multiply, fill the earth and govern it, reign over the fish of the sea, the birds of the sky, and all the animals that scurry on the ground. Then God said, look, I have given you every seed-bearing plant throughout all the earth, all the fruit trees. I have given you every green plant as food for all the wild animals, the birds of the sky, the small ones. And that is what happened. Then God looked over all that He made, and He saw that it was good. And evening passed, and morning came, marking the sixth day. God culminated all of creation with the crowning jewel, us. And He never separated it. We know from the beginning, in fact, John even says in the Revelation that he saw all nations, all colors, all people at the throne, worshiping the Lamb. You see, this understanding of humanity's role in creation is one of dominance, if you want to use that word, but it's one of management, it's one of conservation, one that we use the resources to the best of their ability. And using resources is a whole lot different than using each other. You see, this understanding that any one race, gender, that gets bumped above another, even for a little bit of time, is racial inequality. And it is contrary to the creation of God. We as the church have either ignored it, or we have been totally involved in thinking that somehow or another we can elevate one group up for a little bit of time and then elevate another group up for a little bit of time, when in reality we should all be working to be more like Christ. Yes, we're different. Men and women are different. Men are from Mars and women are from Venus is a real thing. Our cultures are different. And sometimes they're not even different by our color, they're different by our socioeconomic group, or they're different by our just various neighborhoods. Whether you live in the Midwest, or whether you live in the North, or whether you live in the South, or in even variations there. But if we are striving for racial equity and reconciliation, understanding, as the old cliche says, walk a mile in someone else's shoes, just to see what it's like. That's where the church is. The church cannot be in the business of dividing and separating more. The church cannot be condoning and accepting that, oh, it's okay for this group to be elevated a little while this one gets pushed down. It doesn't matter what their color is. It doesn't matter what their gender is. It doesn't matter what their neighborhood is. That is not God's plan. God created us all, and it was on the sixth day of His creation, because the next day He rested. We are the crowning jewel. We, His church, must lift one another up, walk a mile in each other's shoes, try to understand, and then maybe even agree to disagree. We need to be the church of Jesus Christ above all things.